access provided at a fixed location. It means it's about some kind of like a business-oriented commercial use service that requires high quality of telecom services. Okay. So the fourth market involved some kind of like a high quality access that should be used by businesses because of the different style of business. Some of the companies they require very high quality of telecom services. So these are the four wholesale markets that remain to be subject to ex-ante regulation under the third recommendation published by the Commission. So these, of course, by these, I mean not just this page, not just this slide. I mean these and the previous slides are the current telecoms regulatory framework within the European Union. So to conclude, it does not change the obligations that are established in the 2002 telecoms package. Okay, so all the obligations remains the same, and the SMP methodology remains the same. Okay, some changes here and there. Sometimes some new regulatory measures were introduced, but these are the current regulatory framework within the European Union. Okay, so after finish this, the introduction of the European Union telecommunication regulatory framework, we're going to take a look at the US regulatory framework. It is because, as we have discussed before, the European Union and the United States, and sometimes Japan, especially the European Union and the United States, these are the two jurisdictions that affect our regulatory system in Taiwan most. Okay, we took most of the, not most, we took, compared to other jurisdictions, we took more regulatory measures from these two jurisdictions. That is why we're going to take a look from the telecoms regulatory framework in the European Union and also in the United States. But of course, I mean, there will be some, we can imagine there will be some difference between the US regulatory framework and the European regulatory framework. Well, of course there will be some difference in the details, but I think it's more important to see the different concept of, different concept of regulation, different idea of regulations. And what's the difference in their market that results to those different regulatory ideas. So we are, okay, but before we get into this, before you even begin to discuss about the situation in the US regulatory framework, what do you think may be different? What do you consider to be the difference in the United States and the European Union? What factual or legal difference can be there. Anyone? Well, when we say the European Union, it's a supranational organization, right? It means an organization above its member states. And how about the situation in the United States? Well, although we can say the United States also includes a lot of states, but it's still a country, one country. It's a federal country. So the first difference maybe in the European Union, there are maybe I don't know how to draw the United, but just and what will result from this difference? Okay. As we have discussed before, one of the objectives of the European Union is to achieve a single market, one internal market. But in fact, there are so many countries, so many member states within the European Union, and each member state is an individual country. Therefore, in the European Union regulatory framework, it has to put a lot of effort in harmonizing the regulations among all those member states. Harmonize means try to make them, well, not say the same, but somehow not conflict with each other, and to achieve the final goal that within the European Union, every regulation is the same. But in the US regulatory framework, it does not have to do that. Although there are 50 states in the United States, but still they have a central, because federal law. Sometimes it has state law, but compared to the situation in the European Union, well, the US government doesn't have to put so much effort in harmonizing all those different regulations and laws among all those member states. Okay, this may be the first difference between the two jurisdictions. And what else? What else can you think of can be the difference between the European Union and the United States? Okay, so another difference may have to go back to the origins of the telecom, or the technology or services. So the telephone, the earliest form of telecom service is a telephone. The telephone was invented by private citizens in the United States. Well, and then other countries, or maybe other countries, when they saw this technology, when they saw this service, they thought it's good, so they want to introduce into their own country. But at that time, the idea is that kind of service should be provided by the countries. Therefore, the difference is in the United States, the telecom services was first provided by private and in private sector. However, in other countries, not just the European Union countries, but other countries, you can say almost all the other countries, other than US, the telecom services were firstly provided by the country, by the government, including Taiwan. Okay. So that's another difference. So that in other jurisdictions, the regulator has to consider a lot about, for example, privatization, liberalization, which to liberalize the telecoms market. However, that issue does not. Privatization was never an issue in the United States because it already is and still is private sector. Okay, so these are the two. I think there should be more, but anyhow, we just talk about these two first. And then we are going to take a look at these topics we are going to go through. The first is the early development of the US telecoms sector. Okay. The second one is the regulator of the US telecoms industry. We're going to talk the regulator. The third one is the current market situation or the industry situation in the US telecom industry. And the fourth one, we're going to talk about the current telecoms regulatory framework. So let's take a look first at the early development. Okay, so as we know, okay, as we have discussed before, the telecom services began in the US as a private sector. It began as a form of telephone and later telegraph. Okay. So the technology was invented by someone called Alexander Bell. And later, Mr. Bell used the technology to establish the company called Bell Company or Bell Telephone Company. Did he really like operate the company very long? I think a few years after he established the company, he gave a lot of share to his father-in-law or someone else to own that company. Wow. Okay, so at the first, the Bell Company, the Bell Telephone Company, because it owns the technology, so it has a patent, the exclusive right to use telephone technology, and also the patent for the telephone set.